Abike Dabiri, the shameless Yoruba woman who is hawking her own tribalism like Gala, her own bigotry, she dey hawk am like Agidi, without shame, a disgrace of a woman. She wants
sincerity is the key to achieving true unification in diversity as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Listen, I want to make an emphasis here towards Nigerians, you know, because in most cases, you people act like you don't know, but we know that you know. And you know the funny thing is that it's so hard to make up excuses for evil. You'll continue trying to gather so many things in order to justify evil.
There is no country in Africa that can face a competition with the Igbos, or there is no country in Africa that can compete with the Igbos. Is this a fear for a tribe that can thrive without permission? What they can suppress, they call it evil.
As far as they are separated, they have different names. That is when you get to certain conversation, there's everybody answer your father's name.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you for coming back. I mean, to all of you, my OGs. To my newbies, my name is Lily, and I really appreciate you for coming. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on the post notifications so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Kindly like this video as we get into it. Disclaimer. The videos I will display in this video, let it be known that are videos that are already in public domain. So it's not like I went to their houses to film them while asleep, all right? These are videos of people above the age of 18. They made it, post it online for the public to consume. So I'm only here to add value to those videos, and just maybe you understand some things. And I think we should give a big shout out to Igbo King in Ghana, the man behind all this brouhaha that have led me personally to understand so many things about Nigeria that I didn't know before. Because when this Igbo King in Ghana shenanigan came online, the way some Igbo people responded to it, I realized that I needed to understand my country, because it's like I'm missing something. Apart from the practical aspect of me knowing my country as a Nigerian, I realized that I needed to know Nigeria. So I went back into our history, and some of the things I found, I am tempted to make a video here about them. But while I think about it, if I will or will not make a video about it, don't forget to check the description of this video if you are interested in learning about the Nigeria history. So I learned a lot from this channel, and it happens to be the only one I could trust for now, because it's telling the story from a point of knowledge, not from a point of emotion. So if you want to know anything about Nigeria, don't forget to check the link and subscribe to the channel and follow the channel. I do not know the person behind it, but is a brilliant mind. Now let's get into these videos that I'll be displaying today. I'm going to feature quite a number of videos here from almost all the tribes apart from the Hausas. So open your heart and consume it. And don't forget that on here, I like to give my opinion. Now let's get into the video. Where do we begin from? Should we begin from Madam Lisa? Ladies first. So let's go.
Abike Dabiri, the shameless Yoruba woman who is hawking her own tribalism like Gala, her own bigotry, she dey hawk am like Agidi, without shame, a disgrace of a woman. She wants this K1, she wants him to be forgiven. The Yoruba, the notorious Yoruba singer, the one that hijacked plane, a government official, Abike Dabiri, wants the government of Nigeria to forgive him because he has apologized. He has asked for forgiveness and he should be forgiven. The 6-month suspension should be lifted. Do you know why? Because the Kwamwan is a Yoruba man. This woman is a government official. The question we are now asking this woman where they hug tribalism, she dey hug am like my mind for hold up. If Kwam1 is not a Yoruba man, if Kwam1 is an Igbo man, imagine it. will Abike Dabiri publicly ask that he should be forgiven and his suspension should be lifted from him? He is free to fly. He was suspended for 6 months. The man now came out to do apology that he's sorry for hijacking the plane. Now, a woman who should know better came on Twitter. This is what this woman has to say. Kwam One's apology on the airport incident. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Since Kwam One has apologized, can he be forgiven? Can you forgive him, please? He say he is sorry. And we want to ask this woman. She's a disgrace of a woman. This woman they say she have integrity before. She work in NTA. I don't even know her. It's recently that I'm reading about her, that she used to have integrity. She's a very famous woman. Everybody wants to be like her. Every woman wants her child to emulate her. Now waiting I hear about this Abike, I now say this character. You say that you people wished that your children become like this woman. Una no understand, say I say this woman they hawk tribalism. You know waiting be hawking tribalism and bigotry. She dey hawk am old Bionisi. She dey hawk am from street to street. She do it without shame. She dey work for Tinubu government. The chairman of people with the diaspora commission, now she be their leader, the CEO and chairman. If Kwam One should be forgiven, that means all the people went there for prison, all the prisoners, all the hardened criminals, terrorists, all of them will come out and also ask for forgiveness, of which the repentant Boko Haram are asking for forgiveness, and the government of Nigeria is forgiving them. The question we are asking them is simple. If the person will hijack this plane, if an Igbo man hijack the plane, then go forgive him. Abike Dabiri will come out to appeal on his behalf. Just like we saw here. If it is Igbo man that did what Kwam One did, will Abike Dabiri ask that the government, there is no government in Nigeria, will she publicly ask that he should be forgiven? You know what this woman will say? Do you know what this woman will do? She will say, persecute him, persecute him. I want you to imagine it. Imagine, say, the pilots will almost remove the head of the Kwam One from his body. Imagine that it's an Igbo man or Igbo woman, because the pilot is a Yoruba woman. If the pilot were to be an Igbo woman or a Igbo man, where one dismember the body of the Kwam One, where one remove him a hand from his body or a leg from him, more like dismembering him. What we are hearing now, the reaction, the way social media for the hot, because right now social media is very quiet. You know why? The man who committed the terrorism, the Kwam One, the notorious terrorist, where one hijack plane, is Yoruba. The pilot, Yoruba woman. The owner of the value jet, a Yoruba man. Where this thing happened in Yoruba state, do you now understand it? That because the whole thing revolves around Yoruba, social media they quiet. It dey like where they pour ice water. Ice water, everybody is calm.
To be honest, see, I like this woman. I just like her because to me, she's like a comic relief. To be honest, if Lisa is using her voice for the unity of our country, Nigeria, she's a great activist. But what I'm seeing here is a tribal bigot, calling another person that. This is giving that, okay. I do not dislike her. I like her. I like watching her videos because I just end up laughing. Just before I forget, if you know you are in charge of Peter Obi's political campaign, tell this woman to avoid Peter Obi's topic on YouTube. That is an advice from your fellow Nigerian from the other side, okay? My dear Igbo people, tell her to stay off Peter Obi's political campaign. And it's not going to work. If she goes about it this way, with the way she's going about it, from all the videos of her I have seen regarding Peter Obi's political career in 2027, my Igbo brothers and sisters, even though some of you do not want to hear, the truth, I will advise you to tell this woman to stay off that topic. She can do this type of videos where she insults other people, other tribes, drag them, belittle, do whatever she wants, but please tell her for your own good, though, just so that to avoid 2027, you guys will still complain. Because if she goes on this way, she's helping P2B to practically lose. All right. If you go to her channel, for those that will pretend, and guess what? Before I forget, the comment section is lit. Y'all, these are the comments of people that will come on here to insert me. Now I'm a Ghanaian and I'll speak like a Ghanaian, to insert me for this video. So they were hailing her. Adadioma. I do go. Ada of Opotopoto. Ada of Okitikiti. I've been had call. Normally, sorry, I don't speak Igbo. So if I don't say some things correct, take it that way. This is a tribal bigot that needs to be studied. If you're looking for a tribal bigotry, if you're typing that word on Google, if you direct it to Nigeria as a country, her face, you see Lisa's face, should be on display because she is that. And I like the way she owns it. But what I don't understand is why rub it on other people? She said a lot of things in this video, but I'm going to end it here because since this Nigeria must go issue in Ghana, since Abike said what she said, that we should be calling our fellow Nigerians out, those that commit crime, we should point them out. In Abike's word, we should help our host country to identify these people. So they took it that she said the Igbos should be called out, and she don't know how to say it because already if you come to Ghana matter there, she knows that some of us are here and what you're gonna get in return, you're not gonna like it. So she'll rather go for those that will not come back at her, and it's okay, I get it. So for some Nigerians, it's about their tribe. But for some of us, it's not about our tribe. It's about the fact and a little bit about our country. So let's move to the next one. And this one is by a Nigerian that I totally respect because, bro, you too, you have gone through a lot for doing the type of videos you do. It takes a courageous man to do this. I have seen a couple of his videos on YouTube here, and as we speak, I'm currently subscribed to his channel because now he's getting to the bottom pot. So let's hear what he has to say. Then I will say something before I bring another Nigerian from the Niger Delta. Dear Ghanaians, if you want to learn about the history of Nigeria, remember the description box. Check and click on that channel. And when you are done, you will understand the beginning of our struggle.
Listen, I want to make an emphasis here towards Nigerians. Because in most cases, you people act like you don't know, but we know that you know. And you know the funny thing is that it's so hard to make up excuses for evil. You'll continue trying to gather so many things in order to justify evil. But then, when you're doing it in front of an audience like Nigerians, it begins to make sense because all of them are criminals. So once you're trying to garner or gather so many things to justify criminality, criminals will give you the impression of the euphoria. Oh, you're making sense. But, you know, in such habit, people get to think it's the same thing in other, African countries. Once you leave the shores of Nigeria, that is when reality begins to hit you. So what am I trying to say in essence? How is it that if something good is said about Nigerians, and when I mean good, it's not even things that are really good, because you can't tell me that someone spending so much is a good thing, or that someone having swag or living in frivolities that is a good thing. That's not a good thing. All them hypes, those things are different from good. Those things are hypes. Those things are frivolities. How is it that the moment something like that is said about Nigerians, every single Nigerian begins to identify? When Dangote is being spoken of, whether you're Igbo, whether you're Yoruba, whether you're Hausa, whether you're TV, whether you're whatever, you say, yes, Dangote is the wealthiest man in the whole world. Well, yeah, that's not even a good thing. Riches, that is not a good thing. Let's separate, good things from big things. Calling you a rich man is a big thing. It's not a good thing. Saying, oh, the Nigerian is the richest black man, it's not a good thing. It's the big thing. All right, so let's understand this. Let's separate this because a great number of you, I don't know, they say Nigerians go to school, but everyone, I'm surrounded by illiterates. I'm sorry to say this. All right, so how is it that when things like that are mentioned, Irrespective of your tribe, you want to identify all Nigerians. But the moment criminality, which is the inevitable nature of Nigerians, is being displayed or talked about or called out, that is when we realize, oh, it is Igbos. It's not Yorubas. This one will say, it's the Yorubas. It's the Northerners. We begin to exonerate ourselves by tribe. Why? Why?
Bro, you know what? It's only a criminal that can dislike what this guy said now. But there's something I want to point out here. Bro, Chimdi, see, I know you're suffering the same thing I'm suffering. My number one suffering is that I am a Nigerian and I choose to be the way I am and you choose to be the way you are. And I admire you for your courage to speak up. But there's something I want to point out in this particular video. You talked about tribe. Why is it that people distance themselves when it is not favorable, when it is about negative something? You are right too. And the next video I'm going to play here by one of our Niger Delta brother might explain that to you. The reason is some of us, for me personally, I really encourage people calling out people by their tribes because it kind of work in a way and that is why I encourage it, especially with your people, the Igbos. See, this is how I got to find out that, or maybe just my assumption, that a lot of Igbos, not all, are on a mission to cause hatred for Nigeria. They do not have issues when commit crimes in the name of Nigeria, do all sort of bad things in the name of Nigeria. But if you narrow it down to their tribe and you mention that name Igbo, they begin to act like when you pour salt on headworm, that you see them, you see how that headworm, that is how they behave. They either break or survive it and they go back and start thinking. So I figure out that the Igbos love it when you generalize. Even the other way around. If it is a good thing, they claim it. Like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is an Igbo woman. Yeah. But hey, she is not Igbo. Now let's talk about Nzogu Kaduna Chukwuma. Is an Igbo man. But hey, to the Igbos, he is not Igbo. He is not Igbo. And a lot of the people that comes online here to brag about, to talk about the riches of Nigeria and all that, brag about the richest men in Nigeria, are mostly Igbos. Mostly. So get it. Don't forget the mostly. I didn't say all, I say mostly. So, you see? But when it is bad, that is when they will point it. Hey, begin to find who to blame. My brother. So this is why, in case you want to know, for me, I will continue to answer my papa name because I wasn't trained the way some of your people, especially, were trained. You know, I don't know how you guys were raised. Maybe your parents were busy telling you how beautiful you look. In my own culture, it's a topic that come across to people like you are bragging and you are setting your child up for destruction because you're making them feel like, go out there, you are better than the other kids. I wasn't raised that way and there's no how I'm going to take responsibility for the way some Nigerians were raised. I was raised to see myself as a human being, but remember, there are other people outside and it's okay if they are better than you. It's okay if they are below you, but you are not better than them.
Fellow Nigerians across the globe, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. I am still George Onyebe. The last time I checked, I did not change my name. I don't fake my name. This morning, I want us to look at a message I simply titled, Sincerity is the key to achieving true unification in diversity as far as Nigeria is concerned. There is a term known as unity in diversity. Any prosperous nation today, most especially those of them, in fact, there is no nation that is not multicultural, multilingual. But the secret behind their success is always unity in diversity. And any nation that is not ready to be open to this idea, to this concept of unity in diversity, they are not going anywhere. And that is inclusive of Nigeria. And this is the main reason why we are doing what we are doing. And not everybody understands. But let me try to clear your mind. There are certain trending issues among Nigerians today. These issues, I consider them as a plague. They are disease, virus ready to ravage all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. Everybody, nobody will be spared. But in a time like this, we have a role to play to identify that virus. Before it's as dangerous as Ebola, it can be clamped down. Before it's as dangerous as the HIV, the syphilis, the gonorrhea, and every other plague that has kept the human race on their heels, they will be checkmated. And undoubtedly, the madness of certain criminal-minded in Nigeria who call themselves Igbo Biafra cannot be overlooked. Let me remind you first of all, so you will appreciate where we are going to later on. We have not forgotten about the issue of Anyoma state creation. It's a threat. It's just a means to accomplish the ongoing cultural genocide against my people. I am Igbo man, I am a Ka man, and I'm not Igbo man. It becomes consigning, very, very consigning, that in a time like this, Nedi Nwokuru, who we are not very sure of his paternity, is coming to ask Nigeria to please dash us to Igbo people in the name of state creation. Not all of you understand the depth of damage that man is going to cause for Anyoma people. It does not matter whether you are Usimili, whether you are Nyocha, whether you are Inuane, whether you are Eka, whether you are Ndokwa. If we take this thing lightly, our children will cry thereafter. But believe me, this is one thing they will not survive. And if they did pull that bill through in our time, the Igbo Biafra people will wish that request was not made. They were in the old eastern region. This same hopelessness and shenanigan made people like the Calabar people in Cross River State, the Ikore people and other multi-ethnic groups in River State to thank God that they were removed from the old eastern region. Come to think about it. After the creation of River State and Cross River State, before the war or during the war, the people were happy. They started naming their community after liberation. And that is to tell you, somewhere along the line, Gowon saved them. You are Kalabari, you are Kereka, you are Ikwiri, you are Andoni, you are Oguni. Gowon saved all of you. All of you from Obubura, Uga, Butinapa, Calabar, all of you, Iyala. Gowon saved all of you. And this is because Gowon may have acted based on military intelligence, but he never had the full scope or idea of what is coming. And when we talk about Igbo unity, some of you begin to, it's normal thing, we have to unite. Unite to do what? Remember, I talked about unity in the last place, dual face of unity. But now, I want to give you another concept and idea of unity in diversity, and why you must disassociate yourself from certain group of criminal-minded individuals. It does not matter how much they pretend, you will expose them. Recently, Chibuike Amechi was cited saying that Peter Obi was rigged out of office in the last presidential election. By implication, Chibuike Amechi, Ikore man from River State, who have denied his Igbo identity, told Nigerians that everybody is aware that Peter Obi was rigged as far as River State was concerned. In other words, Wike helped Tinubu and INEC, all of them helped Tinubu to rig out Peter Obi. But most Igbo people will be happy about it, most especially Igbo Biafra. They will say, go and serve the zoo and come back in shame. They're rejoicing and looking at, oh, it's medicine after death. Why are you saying it now? But you are Igbo person. Chibuike Amechi is just playing the same game. He knows how to play it. It was convenient for him to say, I'm Igbo man, I am Igbo man. And when it was time to deny you, maybe Hausa will support him, maybe Yoruba will come down for him. After all, it's Chibuike Amechi. He's going to now come back to look for how to catch you. But you people have become predictable and very pathetic, honestly. And then come and rejoice. Hey, the truth is coming out. Hey, because that is how they fool most of you. And today, you are not very sure where the next generation of your people are heading to. Because it's becoming obvious. It's now a global phenomenon. Everywhere, problem. Somebody just sent a video to me. An Igbo Biafra man threatening a South African woman that he will chase the woman out, or the woman should get out of Cape Town and go to one of the villages in South Africa. You see the audacity in another man's country. And these are the people who want to rule us. These are the people who want to unite with us. There are trending issues that we will not ignore in a time like this, because it is going to bring about change in our life. Change that we may decide who we are going to be for the rest of our life if we are not able to fight back. It's election time again. The obedient movement who is trying to metamorphose to coalition movement, all these political gangsters, they must go back to Asu Rock. They are not of my concern. I'm not going to stop any of them. But I appeal to fellow Nigerians. Once bitten, twice shy. We cannot deliberately allow them to be changing our destiny year after year, falling for the same trap. It doesn't make sense. And then maybe we are more stupid and foolish than they can even anticipate it. Because as it is now, they will start telling you what they want you to hear, what you want to hear. After all, the Bible says that in the end time, people will gather to themselves religious teacher who will tell them what their ancient ear want to hear. That is the greatest instrument of the undoing of the Igbo Biafra man. It just hyper them. Oh, Igbo Amaka, oh, Igbo are beautiful. They lose their mind. And this is exactly the same way most Nigerians on the political arena behave. The moment you begin to hyper, oh, P2B is the man, P2B is the man, we will forget the antecedent. We will forget about their past activities in this country. We don't want to take it personal. If we want to take it personal, we have information regarding all of them that they don't even know who we are or what we were doing. It's like when you make mention of some wealthy people. If we tell you where their father make their money, you will not believe, but they will know we know, and it will be on record. But let's leave them there. P2B is the holy man, P2B is ruling. Allow P2B to get to that Asurok. All of us Nigerians, our life will not remain the same again, including him and those sponsoring him, because it is the same game. Just calm down a little bit and check. Has Nigeria ever gone better? This is a rhetorical question. Has Nigeria ever gotten better since you were born? From the oldest Nigeria to the youngest Nigeria. Has Nigeria ever improved even one step since you were born? The answer is hell no. In the early 60s, people were protesting that they need to be paid minimum wage of 120 naira. And so with all the wealth and resources of this nation, people were still protesting that they were poorly paid. And today, people are still protesting that even the 660,000 or thereabout minimum wage is still too small. We are still protesting. It gets worse. And those people who protested in the early 60s, if they were alive today, they will pity us. Because when they were being paid 160 naira or 120 naira as a minimum wage, you could afford a brand new motor for 4,000 naira. I'm telling you, a brand new car. I'm not saying we don't used to drive second-hand motor in Nigeria. You could afford a brand new trailer at 11,000 naira. This is Nigeria, even in the early 80s. But today, ordinary keke na pepe, ordinary the one they call shuttle bus, all of them runs into millions. And then compare the value of 120 naira to that of 60,000 naira. See the huge difference of misery among the two. And if we are not careful enough, we will continue yelling and shouting and crying without focusing on the problem. And so for Nigerians to attend to that level of unity in diversity, there are some truths we need to know. It's not going about create a state, carve out a state. All of them, they do fake unity. Now they form fake unity. You're just digging the grave of this nation. There is a way to unite. There is area we need to pay attention to. Election is around the corner. They have started deceiving you again. Don't fall for them. I have warned, or rather appealed to Nigerians, not because I'm APC and not because I'm Tinubu fan, but because we are preparing a way to put an end to this criminality within the corridors of power. It is not going to be the work of one man. After all, it's not the problem of one man. Number one is take a look at all the people at the corridor, pavilion of power. They are the same people. They were either one time in PDP or another time in APC, or they flow to Labour Party. Now they are jumping to coalition. They are all the same people. And if after all these years, 64 years on, they've not been able to distinguish themselves from this hulo-balo going all around the country, certainly they do not have solution to Nigerian problem. Tinubu is there already. Let it be a benchmark to putting an end to this political gangsterism. They have started again. They will give you condition to vote for you, who to vote for, who to deceive. These things does not foster unity in diversities. America today is where it is because they were able to understand what it means when you talk about unity. Not all this unity to conquer you. And so this morning I want us to look at that message I said. Sincerity is the only key to true unity in diversities of any nation, most especially as Nigeria. Now you will ask, what is unity in diversities? Unity in diversity is a concept, an idea, where multiple ethnic groups, people with different cultures and traditions, will come together. Come together to create allowance for each other's fault. Come together to tolerate one another. Come together for all-inclusiveness. Come together to incorporate one another into the same system. Not because they are one people, but because they are different people that need to live like one people in order to survive. I don't know if you understand what is unity in diversities. As far as they are separated, they have different names. That is when you get to certain conversation, they say everybody answer your father's name. As far as Nigeria is concerned, we may get to a stage where everybody will answer his father's name. And that is the more reason why we are doing what we are doing, so that nobody will give us their father's name. My father's name is Eka. Your father's name can be Kwiri. And then if your father's name is Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, deal with it and don't drag me into your father's name. Because I can be the head, I am not the tail. I can be the hand, I am not the leg. You can be the intestine, but you are not the heart. You can be the heart, you are not the liver. Not to talk of the vein, the blood, the sunni, the bone marrows, and the rest of them. These are some of the way you should begin to reason if you truly believe in unity of one Nigeria.
If you want to see the full video of George Nibe, I'm going to pin it on the first comment of this video so you can follow and see more and hear his preachings, because this one is not making, this is not a content creator. In my opinion, he is a preacher of the gospel of one Nigeria, and I am totally in for it. If you are preaching that gospel and you want to win the hearts of people like me and a few others, you have got to be honest about it. And that is why that channel is called The Bitter Truth. Just in case you want to see more, you can follow. Let's play one more video.
There is no country in Africa that can face a competition with the Igbos, or there is no country in Africa that can compete with the Igbos. Is this a fear for a tribe that can thrive without permission? What they can suppress, they call it evil. I know that what I'm saying might not suit well to many of us, like majority of us, but that remains the fact. Starting from what is happening in Ghana, Igbo must go in Ghana. I've been watching several videos, several statements, several comments from people. I have tried my best to know what the Igbo people has done, but I keep hearing comments like Igbo people wants to dominate us. They like domination. Anywhere they go, they will try to dominate. In businesses, in everything. I was like, what is really happening? Then I realized that the problem of Africa is problem of competition. Africa lacks competition. That is why Africa is not progressing. There is no competition in Africa. And the only country or the only tribe in Africa that can compete, no matter to what extent, is the Igbos. That is where...
Just so that I will not forget some points, because man, your girl is aging, or I'm aging. You don't day in your late 30s, you don't old be that, and it's good to accept it. I accept my old age with my full chest. You see why some of us have made it a duty to answer our papa's name? Because see, he said that they can compete and do anything to win, and that is not the case with me. I wasn't raised that way. I was taught to try, and if I cannot, I should come back home. Attempting to try alone is a win where I come from. So, but some of you people want to win at all costs by every means possible. And then you say we should not call your papa name. No, bro, you're going to be... No, brother, you'll be answering your papa's name, okay? You're going to be called out. So, with that mindset of we must succeed, it's not in me. And I cannot come and sit down here in Ghana and pretend I'm like you. Because I'm not, bro. You see this Ghana when I did, if I try, it no work out for me. I not go day desperate. I go leave him, I go back home, go day for my village. But you must succeed, you must strive. The question is, why do you leave home to go to other people's places to compete? Are there no people in your homeland to compete with? Bro, yeah, someone will be like, why are you being biased? Why not go biased? Did I ever tell anybody that I am an evangelist? I am not a referee. Please, I have not told anybody that I'm a referee. On here, I give my opinion, and it is what it is. And I am 100% responsible for what I say or do. There have never been a time I go looking for who to blame for my failures or my woes or whatever. I don't go blaming people for my problems. Blame. That is how I was raised. So Competition, then in Igbo land, they forbid competition. Why you know stay back for your homeland? They compete. You're the only one that goes to places where you're not welcomed. You know, now they talk, say, I don't vex, I know they don't do again. Anyways, let's get back into his.
That's why whenever you see them, wherever they will go and compete. They will compete and make sure that they get to the top. And that is what Africa need. Africa lack the ingredients of competition when it comes.
One name, Africa do not need that. That is unhealthy. Very unhealthy. And that is why you see Nigerian passport being rejected. With that mindset, it's only you guys that thinks that way. Other African countries, I see people in their 30s, they do not have houses of their own. They still live in their father's house. They no buy. You understand? There's no pressure mounted on them to make it at all means possible. And when you come with that, okay, we'll get to that part. I'll hold on till we get there. Please, Africa do not need it. And I stand strongly against the unity of Africa, because until we adjust, until the mindsets are mended, you know, to suit the ideas of other Africa, there is nothing like Africa unity. If you indulge in that, you have yourself to blame. Imagine me coming from a background of go and try, coming to unite with a background of go and get it. So what is that? If he has to take me down, if my organ has to go for him to make it and bring it home, because he have been told that, I will have to. And no, please, African unity, forget it. African unity with this mindset is a disaster. Let's get back into his rants or whatever he think he's doing.
In Nigeria, they will also say the same thing, that Igbos are dominating. They want to dominate. They will always try to dominate. Look at both in business and in everywhere. And my question, or the question I keep asking people saying this, is that how is Igbo trying to dominate you? When you are talking about domination, Igbos are not trying to dominate you with arms. Igbos are not picking up arms. Rather, they are doing well. That is what they call domination. And these people are a set of people that are scared of competition. Most comments used to come from my Yoruba brothers. They will say that Igbos, don't allow an Igbo man to get to the top. Don't employ an Igbo man trying to tarnish the image of the Igbos. They will tell you that Igbos are bad people. When you ask them what is their offense, they will tell you that they like dominating. They like domination. Is domination an offense? Is competition an offense? Yes, it is in the blood of the Igbos to compete, because they don't see themselves less. Rather, they see themselves superior. That is why wherever you see them, in whatever position you will see them, they will try to compete. They want to get to the top. And that is what Africa needs to survive. If Africa will embrace the spirit of the Igbos, Africa will be a better place. But Africa lacks competition, and that is the major setback Africa is facing. Now, let me tell you something. The recent happening in Ghana, which is tagged Igbo must go. To some persons or to some individuals, they might think that this situation is sponsored by the Ghanaians. But no, unless you don't have eyes to see, this situation is sponsored by Nigerians. A certain tribe or a political party, they want to talk down on a particular tribe because they don't want the tribe to be successful, because they don't want the tribe to compete for Nigerian presidency, because they know that the tribe, that the man standing for the tribe deserve it, and they are scared of what this man will do. Therefore, they want to tarnish the image of the Igbos, trying to portray the Igbos as people who love domination, try to create bad image, bad name, so that the Igbos, so that people might, so that Nigerians might say, look at the Igbos wherever they go.
You know what? You know what? I'm out. You win, bro. You win. I cannot hold an argument with some of your man. You gotta go back to Papua New Guinea, please. Go back to your country of origin, Biko. Sorry. I'm supposed to be calm, right? I'm a good girl. Come on. You constantly saying the Yorubas are jealous of you, which I don't repeat. I'm no be Yoruba person. No. Dear non-Nigerians seeing this video, do you know that the richest men in Nigeria A single Igbo man is not on the list. If you talk, they'll say 20 pounds given to them. But the story behind the 20 pounds that the Nigerian government gave to their people after the civil war is under the carpet. So you need to raise that carpet to see the story there, because there's a story there. Like I said, I will leave a link in the description of this video. Catch it up, learn about the Nigeria history. You'll be able to tell. So nobody, absolutely nobody is jealous of you, bro. For some people say, I personally get irritated, because tell me why I should make it at all costs. I beg, I cannot do that. I will make it if it is in my death. I'll try my best to make it, but I will not go and buy myself in the name of making it. You know, you tried so hard, and you know what? I want to use this opportunity to let my fellow Nigerian YouTubers in Ghana know it, and know it now. Forget whether you have been my friend before or my enemy or whatever. You see the way you handle this Igbo king matter in Ghana. When a Yoruba man do something in Ghana, you are not going to talk about it, because I go drag you, go heaven, and I would from there I go drop you, you go scatter. I go drag you, I go lose all my, you see, all my home training, I go lose them, because enough of you guys thinking like you are the best, because you're not. Obviously, you're not the best. So Igbo king trying to build a kingdom in Ghana was these people. And I want to use this opportunity to advise Nigerians living in South Africa. If you're a legitimate Nigerian living in South Africa, pick up your phone and start doing videos and tell the truth. I mean, I'm not saying you should lie against any particular tribe or anybody or take side. Pick up your story, share what you know with the world, because it is time we do that. If not for the fact that some of us are here in Ghana, these people would have swept all this thing under the carpet. By now, this matter would have gone from where it is now to a place where it cannot be controlled anymore. Respect other people if you want to be respected. So this game on the place, so I keep on coming. Nobody now. Before I end it, I will continue to bear my papa name. I not be Igbo, and that is it. I not be Yoruba. I'm a Nigerian. I am not Igbo. I am not Hausa. I am a Nigerian, because I was trained to believe in my country, which I can criticize my country for the things they're not doing right, but I will never, till you get it, pick my tribe first. For those of you that have decided to put your tribe first before Nigeria, be ready. You're not going to hate me if you are one. If you know you do not like, you hate your country to the point that you choose your tribe first. For me, I choose Nigeria first before my tribe. Do you understand? Because I have nothing to hide. I'll see you guys in my next video. Toodles.